All right, hello everyone. So let's take a look at the market. Today, December 4, Monday. I already put the swing days and the hours for today on the members area, so you can check it out. This is gold. As you can see, this is the daily and the market shot up, and it's just nice to see these targets are being done. As you can see, this is like a huge move. We were going long, as you know, with gold, and we had targets up there. I had 2070 ages ago when I drew that line there, and this is pretty much where the buck stopped on Friday. As you can see, that's 2070. This is where the market stopped on Friday at the Astro hour, as you can see. So that's nice and easy. Now we've got the hours for today on gold. I've put them up here, as you can see. Now I'm going to get rid of these because these are done. All right, so what can we expect? Let's take a look and make a fresh evaluation today. Now, as you can see, you've got previous days high, previous days lows here. So the market will like to probably test, coming back down into the weekly to go back up to retest the high of the day is not a bad idea at all. So the market right now on the daily, as you can see, we're here, right? So coming down a little bit to retest to go up is not a bad option. What I am going to do is I'm going to tighten this up a little bit. I'm going to put this into here. All right, so that's going to be a fresh zone for us as well that the market might want to tap into, and coming back here is not a bad idea. Now, the first support is that 78, which is 2070. So if the market does come back to 2070, which is right there, it's not a bad place. 2070, and this is where that manipulation happened. So we can draw that there as well. And that's on the PST too. All right, so we'll just do that, and that'll be that. Okay, maybe we'll just take it to there. All right, so this is going to be the zone there. All right, so it's not very good coloring. Right, we'll stick with that purple, and that's basically it. Okay, so this is the first Astro hour. Now, it's not on your time schedule, simply because I'm waiting for another hour, which is starting here, and this just happened now as I'm doing the video. Okay, I just put it here so that you guys can see there's something happening here as well. Actually, that happened at 4:11 on the platform, which is 5:11, so it's about here. All right, so this zone is okay, but as you can see, it's a big gap there. So if the market does come back down, retesting the high is not a bad idea at all. And it's a sudden move up with a sharp sell, as you can see. All right, so when the market goes up, looking to sell as an intraday is also not a bad idea. All right, but at the end of the day, you can see that the trend is going upwards, right? So buying the lows to go up is the best way to go until we're proven otherwise. And on the daily, let's see if we've got a place where we can go long. Again, is 71, 2060. So we'll keep that on the radar as well, which is your daily pivot, right? So 2070, 2060 are okay. On the weekly, that goodbye kiss blue line there, 59, is 2030. Okay, so 2030 is another level we're going to keep in mind. 2030 is right there, which is looking very nice. So if the market does come to the previous day low, it's definitely worth going for it. Okay, now this purple zone I'm going to get rid of so we don't get confused. Okay, because these were levels where we said we could go long. As you can see, those were done. So I'm just going to get rid of this. And that's nice and easy. Okay. Okay, so that's gold there. All right, so coming back down to go up is not a bad idea. Let's expand this throughout today. Okay, and like I said, keep in mind, whoopsie daisy right there. Keep in mind the lower levels as well, down into there. And that's the previous week low as well. It's not a bad place to hit if the market, if it comes down, you want to be going long. Okay, because this is where the liquidity is going to be. So market coming down to hunt them out is not a bad idea. If we go up first, okay, we'll also look for the opportunity to short on the intraday. But like I always say, you know, if you're going to go against the grain, against the trend, be careful. All right. So that's that. Let's take a look at SP 500. Now we've got a new week, so we're fresh at the week. Now remember last week I said on Friday we should end up somewhere where the market should reverse, right? And if you take a look at that Friday, we ended up somewhere, so the market should start to reverse. Now I'm going to change this out, push it up into there, because this is where the wick is, okay? The expansion of the wick, and this is the body of the last manipulation bar there, all right? And that's that, and this is where we ended up. So selling these highs has been on the agenda from before, and we've got a 3 tap on there. If you take a look at the monthly, we've broken out. So this is a bit tricky here. On the monthly breaking out, it means we've got like room to go up, and that leads me to believe 4,540 might be a retracement. It's going to be a little tricky. 4,540. Let's do this. Now I didn't put the Astro hours for today here, but what we can do is that's that there. All right. Rightio. Here we go. Let's get rid of those. Okay, so I just plug them in here, as you can see, right? So what we want to do, this is a good push up. Previous day high, as you can see here. Also previous week high, they're both here. The market comes up to sweep. We want to sell at Astro hours down. This was a PST level yesterday, so as you can see, market retesting that, which is fine. And I've got previous day low here, which is also a previous PST level where we said the market could pick up, and that's what they did. So if you take a look at the weekly here, okay, we should like start to pop down a little bit, and I'm just seeing if there are going to be any gaps here, but they're pretty much intertwined and they should be okay. All right, and that's that. Now this we marked in before, remember, ages ago. Let's put that up there. Why, that's an indecision bar as well. So the market just here. So two things can happen. We're either going to sweep above and then push down, and the high of that is 4607. Okay, 4607. So I'm just going to put that up there, 4607, as a place to look out for, because if the market goes above there into that level, okay, 4607, then this will be a place we should be selling as well. All right, so if the market pops up, does a bit of a sweep, and then comes back down. All right, that's how it is. And with the SP 500, we'll be looking to short the highs. We should come back down. So I'm just going to move this level out of here. Okay, so the market has got potential to come back down to the previous day low, previous week low, and then there'll be an opportunity to go long on the intraday here as well. The market's still going upwards, but we're looking to reverse, and we've got a 3 tap here, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this could be a nice ending diagonal happening. Now, just one thing is the Christmas rally. You know, as we get closer to Christmas, people like to rally this up. So just be mindful of that Christmas rally. Everybody gets excited and so on. So if you want to buy, then buying the lows, you certainly can do, but I'd do it with caution. 4567 is going to be a level on the PST. So 4567 is going to be there, which is pretty much there. Okay, that's on the daily, and on the weekly, if you take a look, like I said, we've got room to kind of like the market can sizzle down. Okay, back into those levels. We've got inefficiencies all over the place here on the weekly and on the daily. So, you know, we need to like come back down. Okay, so the market's been a bit too ecstatic, I think. and it's going to have to calm itself down. The question is when, but like I said, last Friday was not a bad place for the market to swing, so this week I'm okay to be shorting. If the market makes highs to sweep stops, that's also fine. I still want to be selling towards the downside. Okay, and if it breaks below that, we've got room to come down to that 59, 4542, 4539. So 4539 is there, pretty much into this zone. All right, so if the market does pop down into this zone as well, we're still good to go long, okay, on an intraday trade as well. If it breaks this is going to be a breaker block. Then on a pull-up, we'll sell. But until then, I think selling from the highs to push down is not a bad idea. Just remember your targets here along, okay? Sell the highs and so on. If you want to go long, do it at these levels. Previous day low, market can come all the way down here, all the way down here, previous week low to take out liquidity. If we go here and then push up and then fail to go higher and then break this level, then you know where we're going. Euro dollar daily. Let's take a look. This is the euro dollar. Now, last week we were all sellers, as you know, from these levels. So the market looks like it's going to be doing that. On the weekly, let's take a look. It's a new week today. This is the first support of the week, which is your LCL1 line. All right, that's your LCL1. All right, blue line. What is that? 1.0864. 1.0864 is going to be there, and that's pretty much done. All right, as you can see there. Okay, so what to do now? I'm going to get rid of this. These are all good. Remember, we talked about these high levels. The 1013 level, I talked about it. That was on the monthly, and the market sold off right on there. So all of that is good. Now, I didn't put the Astro hours on this one. So, but you can do that, not a problem. Let's just get rid of all of these and start making a new lineup. Now remember what I said last week. I said if you're using the 8 a.m. strategy, you can always go to the 1 hour chart when you're entering based off your daily, right? So for example, this is the daily chart, and you see we've got room to go down on the weekly as well. What do we have? We have, like, we're right on support at the moment. So if the market pushes up a little bit, we want to sell off, okay? And this is the goodbye kiss zone. That's the that's the premium zone there. So the market pushed down, and that was all okay with us on our daily. All right, so that's all good. So any push up now into a goodbye kiss or into there, want to sell off again. Your HCL1 is going to be 1.0928, which is right there. Okay, 1.0928, and the 68 is going to be 1019. So 0928 is going to be what we're looking at, and obviously the weekly pivot there, 0928. All right, so that's that. I'm going to get rid of this now because it's no longer needed here. Market did that, as you know. Okay, and now we should be coming down lower. So if the market goes up, this is the zone where you want to be selling, right? Between 1.0909 and 0928. So if the market comes up, that's the previous day's high, take out some stops and then push it out. We should at the end of the day go above this level here. Now I'm going to turn this. Let me see where we can go long here. If you want to go up, if the market comes down first, you can go up in order to sell. If you want to do that, the levels for that is probably going to be that 25 level, which is going to be 1.0805, okay, which is going to be lower than the previous day's low. So if we come down in order to go up, that's the place where the market will do it. Or 33, 1.0843, which is going to be there. Now, this is the 1 hour chart. If you're not using the 8 a.m., you can't use this because this is going to change, according to the hours, it's going to change. All right. So next hour bar, it's going to be different. But you can, go back and forth if you're using it. If you're not using it, if you're just using your Astro hours, that's also fine. Just do your technical analysis, let the market dip down if you want to take it higher in order to sell, or wait for the market to go up and then sell it off. It's up to you. It's your trading style. But in any case, what we want to do is, the market should go up a little bit to retest something like Friday's high or last week's high, and then sell off again. If we retest the high of last week, it will be 1.1019 on the PST scale, which should bring us to around here. Okay, and this is obviously going to be a sell-off place. All right, so this is a place where the market wants to sell off. All right, so if we do something like that, that's how it should be. Okay, so at the end of the day, though, that's what we want to be doing. Downwards, any pull up, you can sell down. Also, this zone where the market sold off before, if we're at highs, selling, I think, is the way to go. And then on the weekly, can I just put one of those things for a target? I wonder if we start to come down 42, 1.0609. Whoops, no, 1.0609. 1.0609. That's going to be quite low, but you can target it. You can definitely target it. Okay. Ta-da. There you go. 1.0609. So this zone is going to be a target for us. All right. So if you're going to sell, this could be like going all the way there. On the weekly, just be mindful also of your swing days as well. All right. So the market can come down today, tomorrow, then go up and then come down as well. So hopefully it'll go up and then we can have a swing day. And on those swing days, we can start going in the direction of our bias, which is towards the downside. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and Bitcoin and see how things are panning out. Okay, Dow Jones, new week. Let's look it up. So that's nice. We drew that line there. As you can see, that was nice and easy to go right onto that PST level. So yeah, selling this zone is not a bad idea at all. Okay, so that's cool. It's nice to see our levels are working just fine. Okay. And now we can just push this into there. Okay, so that's the body and that's the wick. You always want to take the extended wick, okay, just in case. But I'm using PST levels, so when we're inside this zone, the PST levels are going to guide us, and that you can see it as the target that was made, as you can see on the Friday. All right, so that's your daily there. Now, oh, what a whopper. Right then. Let's see, now I'm going to get rid of this, which is nice and easy. And that's it. Now the market, as you know, we need to come back down. So I've got no problems shorting this zone at all. On Friday, I did say we will get to a good swing level. So that's just a huge push up. As you can see, in the market just does it. It's just amazing to see how astrology works. It really is. So what you want to do is at Astro hours, I don't mind selling these highs here and then pushing down. We should at least get to the weekly pivot, at least. So if you want to buy, you're at the tops, at the highs. So my bias is going to be selling at the tops, okay, at Astro hours. So this is what you can do. You can wait for the hours. Okay, you can just wait for the hours. If we're at the top somewhere, you can then push down. This is what could happen today. We could be somewhere, the market could push down, okay, and then we could go up in the US to retest and then sell off again. Okay, and if that happens, then obviously that's going to be good for us. We'll be looking to short off on the retest as well. So be careful for that. So like I said, push down, retest New York, and then push down again. And it's a swing day for Dow Jones today. So on the daily as well, if we go down, we should be coming down into at least LCL1 36097. So that could be a target, 36097. 097, which should be around here. All right, which should be around here. If we break below the daily pivot, like I said, we should come down here in any case. Okay, this week we should at least come back to here, but I'm thinking we'll probably break lower. And on the weekly, as you can see, if we start pushing down, we've got room to go down there. So we'll use daily as the targeting here. And then we've got this 75. It's going to be 36,033. 36,033. And then what do I have? We've got 72, 35,947. So 35,947 is pretty much there. Okay, 947. Okay. And also, let me just take this and bring this to 33. So as you can see, we're probably going to break all these levels and come into that weekly. So selling the highs is not a bad idea in my opinion. And then if we should break below that weekly, if we break below the weekly pivot, then you see we've got room to come down into 35,770. It could push all the way into 35,770, which is there. And as you can see, this makes sense. Okay, it makes sense to come and retest these levels. So I'm going to get rid of these now so that we don't get confused. Okay, and then we've got previous week low. If we break below that, we should be going into there. All right. NASDAQ. Now, same kind of thing with NASDAQ. Remember, we had that level. Also, NASDAQ's been shorting beforehand, so it's shorted right nicely at our level, and that's fine. So I want to keep shorting. If you're using ATAM, you would have nailed it right there today, and that might have been 7:15 my time, which should be 6:15 on the platform, because that's the astrological stuff that we're planning on. 6:15, there you go, right there. Okay, so not bad spot. Now the weekly is up here, so New York might want to test previous week day or the week. If they do, you'll want to be selling off. Now it's already closed some gaps here, so there's a bit of a gap here on the opening. So going back up here to retest it and then selling off, I think is the way to go. And that's what we should be looking at. On the daily, that's the goodbye kiss at 67, which is 16,014. The targets are a bit tight. As you can see, the lowest being at 53, which is 15,800. So we'll put 15,800 here, okay? But as you can see, until we get to 15,800 on the daily, we've got these levels here as well, 56 and 59, which is 15,897, 15,894. All right, so 894, 897. Okay, 894, and also 856 is here. 897 is here. All right, so this zone here we've got 56. This zone, these are going to be levels where the market will want to retest. Okay, so at the highs, if you want to sell, you got to target these levels, which is not a bad idea at all. So the market can go, go, go. All right, in that way here, because there's a bit of a gap here. You'll want to the market will want to retest that, come back to the Asia session, maybe sweep out the Friday stops, okay, and then carry on down. So be mindful for that. Bitcoin, oh, 41,000. Well, this was the zone where I said at Astro Hours we could be selling at. I also said you might want to wait for these days here, okay, because also of the Christmas rally, okay, but this is just nuts. Okay, this is just a huge breakout. So then, well, then this is going to be the next target there, right in there. So the market will want to test this If you want to follow it up into that, you can do so. What to do on a pullback, you can just go long. Where you can go to the highest of that, which is 38,440. Okay, 38,440. If you want to go long again, let's just 38,440 is 440 as well, pretty much going to be there, pretty much that line there. Okay, so if it comes back, you can go, but this is the daily, this is just too far out. Let's take a look. Yeah, buying those levels, I wouldn't be doing it. Okay, this looks also like a classic Bitcoin, screwing up the market. Last week, as you can see, the market went up from there on Sunday. So it broke out, come back to retest, went up in there. So at the end of the day, this is like, yeah, I'd be careful. If you want to do anything, I've got no comment. It's got room to maybe push up, but these days are coming up, and these days can be the times when the market swings, because as you can see, look how these days are all good. Market making a swing. You see making swings at those days, making swings. So now that we're high, looking for the market to make swings down is doable. Okay, so I'd be careful here. All right, at the end of the day, the market should go the same height as this channel upwards and then maybe sell off. But this is like, so we've got Friday there, big push up and not much to do. I wouldn't buy the tops, never my style. If you want to buy, let it retrace and then go up.